Yep, we're back again, folks.
It's true.
We're back.
It's true.
And we have food in our bellies.
Trying something different this week where we ate dinner before, so
Which we've done before.
I have a feeling everybody's going to be
And we were a little unhinged.
riled up. Kara seems already riled up.
She already seems unreal, yeah.
Welcome back to What the Podcast. I am Ryan,
I'm John.
and together we are.
Ryan and John.
That's us. And on the couch this week, as always, with us, the lovely Cara Tafolla,
Hi.
producer,
Hi.
and the incomparable, never frozen, always fresh, Annie the Skovmand.
We're just
I
going to
wish I was
stop at
always
never
fresh.
frozen.
I thought you were going to say incompetent.
Well,
Incompetent.
Well,
it felt right
the
in my mouth for a
always
second.
Incompetent.
You
I
know,
was like
guys,
that.
we follow a lot of stories here on What the Podcast, and it's always fun when we get to see one kind of come to a close, kind of like, kind of wrap up,
Yeah.
come to fruition. And and one of our stories that we've been following a long time has done that this week. Kanye West
Yes.
doesn't hate the Jews anymore.
He doesn't.
good for him.
And he had the best, the best way of finding that out.
Yes, we have Jonah Hill to thank for this
Jonah
one.
Hill. You know what?
Can't believe
He's
that
done so
happened.
much for the Jews, Jonah.
Kanye West posted a Instagram post, as he sometimes does, of the poster of 21 Jump Street with the caption, "I no longer hate Jewish people because of Jonah Hill."
It's still up, too.
Can you read us the full caption, Kara?
Yes, got it. Watching Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street made me like Jewish people again. No one should take anger against one or two individuals and transform that into hatred towards millions of innocent people. No Christian can be labeled anti-Semite.
Yep, anti-Semite.
Anti-Semite, knowing Jesus is Jew. Thank you, Jonah Hill. I love you.
And we thank you, Jonah Hill.
There's no punctuation.
Service.
No
Yes.
punctuation
Nope.
in that entire thing.
Why?
You know what's-
Why
There wouldn't
waste
be.
time?
There wouldn't be any. Yeah.
And his poor sister who kept her Jewish last name. She's like, what the hell, man?
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Jonah Hill dropped the
Yeah.
last name?
The comments.
What's his sister's name? Beanie, like.
Yeah,
Oh.
Feldman.
Feldman.
Yeah.
He dropped the Feldman.
He dropped the Feldman.
He did.
Yeah, I forgot that they were brother and sister.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, first comment.
Yep.
Does this mean I can listen to Kanye again? Second comment. Y'all think Hitler would have changed his mind if he watched 21 Jump Street?
I mean, the court's out on that.
Next one. We live
You
in a
even
South
have
Park
the
episode.
opportunity.
We really won't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting, thank you, Jonah Hill. I love you tattooed on me.
Thank you, Jonah Hill. I love you.
Walter Masterson, whoever that is.
Okay.
He has a check.
Yes.
Jonah Hill is one bad movie away from Kanye hating Jews again.
Crap, that is intense. But it's not wrong.
Also, that statement
It's-
is intense.
It takes Jonah Hill getting canceled for Kanye to then spiral back.
I mean, it's kind of an interesting question. Like, can we listen to Kanye again?
No, God.
Well,
He likes the
statement
Jewish
is so
people again.
The statement is so interesting because it's like admitting that. I mean, I know that everyone's like he said some really awful things, but I don't think he ever like came out and said like I hate Jewish people. So by saying this statement, he's now confirming.
I
that
mean,
That
in more
he
words
did
or
think
less,
this, you know.
Yeah.
he
Someone also
pretty
said,
much did.
I hope Andrew Tate watches Bridesmaids and likes women again.
Wow. Do you think all these guys
Yeah.
are just one movie away? Like,
Yeah,
was
we
it
just
always
have
that
to
easy?
we have to find
Oh
a
my
movie they resonate with.
gosh.
That is
Do you think that Channing
fantastic.
Tatum helped at all in it, or is it purely Jonah?
He's
All
not
right, keep it in
Jewish.
your
I don't
pants,
think.
Annie, all right?
Yeah,
It's
No,
fine.
but I'm
Purely-
just saying, like, did
purely
He
he
helped
help?
me. Tell you what,
He worked through some things
I-
with me, but
that
personally,
guy is.
But okay, going back to should we
What a
listen to
smoke show.
Kanye again?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, John. I'm outing us.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
John and I go to a lot of weddings, right?
Okay. Yes.
He
yes.
DJs at weddings, like
Yes.
birthday
Really,
weddings,
right?
Yes.
and we talked about
I'm
and
out
I
now.
and I'm I'm like I don't know. I think it's an R. Kelly song.
Oh.
I believe I can fly.
Yeah.
Just
No.
Dance.
What song are you thinking of?
Oh, you're thinking of Trapped in the Closet?
Okay. All right.
I
No, I'm
can't.
trapped in the closet.
Ryan knows too many R. Kelly songs.
Yeah.
Pull out my gun.
Oh,
Oh, you guys don't know I Believe I Can Fly?
Yeah, I know. I believe I.
You
Can
guys never
fly.
saw
It's a
Space
good-
Jam?
it's a
Wait,
good
I
song.
believe. That's R. Kelly.
Well, yeah.
Or that's just
It
not
was.
a cover?
No. What do you mean?
I thought that was a really old song.
Maybe
Okay,
I don't know,
well.
but and I can't think of it now. But there's like a couple songs that should have been canceled.
Oh,
That like
Kanye songs.
you put that crap on at a wedding,
It's
people
nostalgia,
go
you know.
ham.
People, yeah,
And I'll tell you
They
what.
love it.
White people, they love it.
White
They
people
love
love-
some Kanye.
I'll tell you what a band at a wedding that never seems to lose its flame is
Go ahead.
Black Eyed Peas. They love
Yes.
Yeah,
I got a feeling.
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
That electronic.
So
It's so
Tonight,
bad.
tonight.
Just live it up. Live it up.
I talk about an anthem. I feel like I'm right back in
Gosh.
2009 when I hear that song. I'm
Yeah,
right back
for
there.
real. For
Yep.
real. 2009, rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
I had considered for a long time like how fun it would be to like have a birthday where you just hire a DJ to play all those old high school songs and you just come
Hey,
with your friends
2012.
and have drinks and just like
Find a 2012 playlist.
So
you know what I'm
you
saying?
you remake your prom.
yeah, like if I were to drink.
So
yeah,
like
sure.
you have prom.
Sure. I mean, I guess, but
my,
like,
I feel like my
they
homecoming
hit different
dances
now,
were better.
you know.
They
than
hit
prom.
different. Yeah, they do.
But
You want to relive it now, is what you're saying. With that
like-
music in that setting.
yeah, like
Still
for sure,
you.
like it would be fun to like again have
With
all my friends
booze.
over, have booze, maybe even get an Airbnb so we could all just crash and just like
Yes.
get hammered and just like dance to all those songs that we like.
I'm
I-
listen.
Man,
I'm in.
Were
I'm for
Airbnbs
sure in for that.
Were Airbnbs a thing back then when
No.
we were in high school?
Definitely
if
not.
they were,
No, I think
that
they-
would
I
have been a
think it-
game changer after dances.
I think it started in like 2016
Hold
or
on a
something
second.
around then.
Hold on a second.
Are you gonna Google
Hey,
it?
I'm recording the podcast right now. What's up?
Never mind.
Oh no.
Yeah, hang up.
hang up.
Oh, hey, Olivia.
Oh, we should have done the Bluetooth call in thing.
Yeah, you should call
Whoa.
me.
Great. All right.
No,
Hey,
too bad.
smile later.
Too sad. Bye.
Gotta go.
Bye.
That
I
old,
love that you answered
that
that
old gray
call.
mare. She kept calling me. I thought it was an emergency. Man.
Going back to the whole like.
And also, what if it
people-
was an emergency? And she
Well,
just
You still hung
on
up.
the podcast, she's like, "Hey,
She's like, I need your help.
You
sorry,
need
go
to
ahead.
come to La Mirada.
Sorry, go ahead.
My final thought on the matter is
Keep cutting
Hold
Annie
on,
off.
hold on,
Yeah,
Andy.
just
Go
don't
ahead.
don't let me talk.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh.
Sorry. This
I-
week? Are you going to talk about it this week or what? Today, while we're young, maybe. Go ahead.
I haven't listened to Chris Brown since the Rihanna thing.
Really?
I've
As
never
a stan?
like if it comes on like obviously like he's had
What
hits
songs
since.
does he have?
He's had like
You'd be
lots of hits
surprised.
since.
You'd be
Right?
surprised. They come out. They're like,
I
oh, yeah.
couldn't tell you either,
And
honestly.
the reality is
Don't
though,
know.
like people like I know people who are like big Chris Brown stans. They're like, we love him, all this stuff.
I still don't get that. He clearly is a piece of shit, right? Like beat the crap out of Rihanna.
Okay, but then
like,
there's
total
Kanye.
misogynist.
I don't think I know any of these songs.
I don't know.
If you heard him, you'd be like, oh, that's definitely been
Let's
on
see,
in stores and stuff.
2011.
But like, yeah, after that, I was like hardcore, like, nope, done.
Yeah.
And people are like, really? And I'm like, yeah,
because of all the abuse.
yeah.
stuff.
You don't get to freaking
I
that
agree.
impacted me.
I
I
agree
was
with
like a
that.
kid, and I decided to
Yeah.
die on that hill. As
But
a
I feel like there's a lot of musicians with like bad opinions like that too about certain people groups and like
there's like horrible, horrible celebrities that people still support.
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
True.
okay.
Yeah, I was going
You
to ask
guys,
about that because are
this
we still
is
like
trial.
we're kind of done with her?
Down
Or-
with Goop. I'm not buying your vagina candle now, Gwyneth.
Really?
Yeah.
This trial has gone crazy. She has now pulled a Taylor Swift,
Okay.
and she is suing him for $1.
Yeah. $1 plus her law fee or her lawyer fees.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
probably like half a million dollars.
Totally.
But now it's coming out.
501.
All these people are like recreating the scene and like the science of it.
Okay.
And I saw like mock-ups of like how it would happen if she was the one to run into him. And it's all jumbled. Like it would not have happened.
I love the armchair lawyers that come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, actually,
So funny.
here's why she isn't going to win because the sun that day was setting in a certain direction.
So her argument now, she like we said last time, she's now suing saying that he ran into her. Well, she
Yes.
took the stand recently.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
took the
that's my
stand
favorite.
and they questioned her about it. And her own words, she said, like, he ran into me pretty hard. And then she's like, you just ran into my fucking back. You ran into the
Yeah.
middle of my fucking back. And
She said
and
his
even
skis
she's
went
like,
in between her legs.
she's like, I used profanity at him. And then the lawyer was like, at the top of your lungs? And she goes, yes, at the top of my lungs. So she screams at this man, which, okay, like, it probably hurt.
Yeah.
I'll give her that.
Yeah.
And then
If it happened.
they're like, were you injured? And she goes, well, my back was achy and I lost half a day of skiing because
And I had to
of
go
it.
back for a massage.
I went back right away for a massage. I couldn't keep going. I went back to a
That
massage.
sounds completely reasonable to
And
me.
for her whole trip, all she did was lose half a day of skiing.
Sure. So what's wrong with that?
On
I
the
don't-
bunny
But
slope.
also
the
the
bunny
guy,
slopes.
the guy took the stand too, and he seems pretty manic too. I don't know if you.
Yeah,
if you
I don't-
saw
I mean-
his testimony.
Well, he
wasn't
has
great
brain
either.
injury.
Well,
Look,
I'm gonna
sure.
feel bad if that's
Look,
true.
it's
Foley was like,
I
he
honestly
sees
think
me-
yeah,
it's-
he seems messed up in the
he
head.
is, but I don't think it's related, man. I
They
think
they pull up his brain scans, and you're like, oh crap.
Oh man, I retract.
there's
my
a big like
statement.
ski-shaped
It's
mark on the back of
literally
his
me,
head.
like a solo shot video. I apologize.
There's just like goop imprinted in
No.
his brain.
Oh, God. But it's backwards.
Goop, and it's
Yeah.
trademarked.
It's his poog. Yeah.
Ew.
Here's the thing. It's playing out exactly how I thought. Is that I don't like Gwyneth Paltrow. She sucks, right? Down with the bourgeoisie. She's rich. But she's right, unfortunately. I don't
Yeah.
think this guy has anything on her. It sounds like her story's been consistent. It sounds like he tried to sue her once and couldn't get what he wanted, and he's just still trying to get some money out of a celebrity. And it's like, I don't know.
Honestly, at this point, why didn't you just settle? Like, really?
Yeah, sure. Settle out of court.
Well, because
Why
now
is it all
it's- now
public?
it's- because at this
Now
point,
it's
that's
public, and if you settle now, you look even more guilty.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
And-
you got to see it through now.
And the whole $1 thing, she's obviously doing it on principle at this point
Yeah.
to clear her name.
clear.
Well,
what have
and
you.
Gwyneth, that's not happening.
No.
No, she's got but she stands by all the vagina stuff. She's all about her candles, and that's totally legit. You got to be a stand-up person. you know?
No, but the whole like, the whole freaking. Oh, I lost half a day of skiing and I went
Yes.
back for my massage.
It's stupid.
And it's like, Gwyneth, ain't nobody feel bad for you, girl.
Like, bruh, you were gonna get a massage anyways.
Nobody
after a
likes
full
Gwyneth
day of
anyways,
skiing.
right? I mean, like there wasn't a lot of.
I'm sure
support
there's
for her.
someone who supports her.
She gets money from her.
What's
company,
crazy
so
is to
people
think
do.
she was in Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, to
she's-
think of the-
and she's great in that movie.
Biggest
Peppa.
upset. Yeah.
So weird.
And
she's
that's
great
why
in,
and that's why I don't like Marvel. It's
I always
Gwyneth
get her
Paltrow.
and Heidi Klum mixed up. I was like, wasn't she Project Runway? That was Heidi Klum.
Heidi Klum's way better than
Also,
Gwyneth
Heidi
Paltrow.
Klum is Ella Enchanted.
Yeah, she's a giant.
That was
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway. Oh yes,
She's the giant.
Yes, right.
You're
right.
like, you
Come on,
idiot. That
find
was Anne
Gwyneth
Hathaway.
Paltrow had
Somebody
a
to love.
a featured moment in the movie Hook, where she was old Wendy.
Mm.
Not old Wendy. That was Maggie Smith, of course. But
I'd
adult
have
Wendy.
to rewatch.
Wendy.
I don't remember.
She was an adult.
I feel like it's a matter of time before Anne Hathaway gets canceled too. She's
What?
gonna do something. Yeah,
What'd she do?
she's too perfect. There's something's gonna happen.
Oh.
It's gonna all come crumbling down.
She's awesome.
Are you setting yourself
love
up
her.
not to get hurt because you love her so much? Is that what it is?
No, I don't even really like her that much.
Well, that's like you saying.
She is. She's
That's like
setting
you
herself
saying
up.
that Hillary Duff
Slow
is going to
down.
do something. They're like the same.
Well,
No,
They
Hillary
both
Duff
haven't done anything.
in Prestige.
No, Hillary Duff had her moment. She got those veneers that were too big for her mouth. That was her downfall, and then she had to get them back.
That's true.
And
Who's
I think,
Hillary Duff?
No, no.
I don't think she could
I'm
climb the rope in gym class either.
Yeah, I'm like,
That was on the
Down
show.
with her.
That was on the show.
Cadet Kelly.
Anne
and she
Hathaway.
like
Lizzie
snuck out
McGuire.
in the Rome, and she almost got like played by a pop star. Like
You know,
she had
Paola.
plenty of downfalls.
I feel like Anne Hathaway has her fair share of like snooty, rich person crap. We just don't see it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's like
It's about-
Oprah,
it's-
right? Like you know.
No, Oprah has her shit, and I don't
Sure.
like Oprah.
And it's on the
Sure.
list.
But I'm saying like you also you don't know about what goes on, but like because she also is a pretty private person, you know. And I feel like Anne Hathaway is probably a total B. We're just not saying it.
I don't know. I feel like every red carpet, everything in it, everyone's like, she's the best. She's so nice.
Facade.
I think any
Facade.
celebrity is like a moment away from getting like
Dragged.
that whole treatment. Yeah,
This is
right.
this
like,
is why we need TMZ to catch the real moments.
no, man. Like that is the poison. That is what makes Anne Hathaway.
That's
Anne
why we need to become
Smathaway.
the paparazzi.
We need to be paparazzi.
Oh God, I'd kill myself. Let's do it.
Would you? We already like.
That kind
I'd
of
hate
sounds like a
that.
perfect job. For
We
you, I'm
already
not gonna lie.
go like star searching.
What?
And you already like
Be a-
ask a ton
hold
of
on.
questions.
Wait.
Hold on.
Which part? The be a piece of shit part?
Yeah.
The like intrude in people's privacy?
No
Yeah.
comment. No comment.
Okay. Great.
But just kind of both.
Great. Fantastic.
Well,
You
you're
guys-
already
wait, hold
halfway
on.
there.
Did you
Cool.
say you guys
Well, hold
go
the camera.
star
I can do
searching?
that.
Well, like when you're
Tell
in
me about that.
Hollywood, it's like going around their houses and like
You fucking
know.
You've
stalk
done
people?
that?
No. Well, I
Yes.
mean, not
Okay.
like stalk people. Okay,
No.
wait.
What's the story,
Wait,
guys?
Hold
What's the
up.
story?
Wait, you're telling me you never drove around Beverly Hills and looked at
No.
celebrity houses?
No,
Never.
haven't done it.
you are
So
not
you've
Californians.
Never, so you've never been.
What the heck?
You never
just-
got one of those star search
It's
maps?
so
Even
fun.
if, even if I could, I don't know that I would.
It's
Oh,
so
okay.
fun to see
Hey, how
houses.
what's the weather like on your high horse up there?
It's great, actually.
Oh, really? You're just
Also-
such
Clear
a
skies.
humanitarian. You wouldn't even.
Also,
even
if
you
you
got the
saw
chance, you wouldn't do it.
your favorite celebrity
That
was
is
in
awesome.
San
It
It
Diego,
doesn't sound
would
like
you
a
not
fun
go
thing
to where they
drive
were?
around to people's houses. I mean, I know they're famous people, but like
You never hung out in Beverly Hills.
You never saw
obviously.
Walt Disney's
No.
house?
You've never
No.
seen the capacity of these houses.
They're
clearly.
huge.
God,
I
I'm
believe
sure
they're
nice.
huge.
Right,
Yeah.
Right.
Half of them are covered by hedges.
I'd rather go to murder houses.
Yeah, you
like
guys are
where
going to
horrible
heaven.
things
Cool.
have happened.
It has nothing to do with going
Tell
to
Jesus I
heaven.
said hi.
Okay, it's
Tell
just,
Jay I said hi when you get there.
I already
I
planning
will.
on it, but I feel like it's not that like common to say like I'm not interested in seeing celebrity houses.
Yeah.
It's more of like maybe we'll get to see them. Maybe
Well,
we'll drive by their house and they'll be driving home.
Okay, I
see,
just-
that's the weird
kinda
part,
thing.
though, right?
Okay, like
No,
driving
that's okay.
home and you get a glimpse of them, it's one thing. But like, if they're going to go get their mail, and then here's Ryan
Awesome.
and Cara in a car
Yes.
Robert
sitting
De
outside
Niro.
their house.
No,
Like
you
the-
don't sit outside of the house.
There
like
he
you
is,
sit
Robert De
down
Niro.
the street and around the corner,
No.
and you
Robert De
wait
Niro.
until the
It's
gate
called
opens. You
a
sneak
stakeout,
in.
Okay,
Awesome.
you just
That sounds
wait
great.
for them to get home. Snap
Then
a
you-
few pics.
you hop the
sell them
fence.
for $500 each.
You guys have never been
Y'all go
on
home.
the fun star searching
Yeah.
tour buses.
You don't
They're
know
so
what's good.
fun.
That
You don't know what's good.
It's so
That-
fun.
That's the problem
You
I
don't
have
know.
with it. That's the problem I have with it. It's not that it's we don't do it. It's you guys are weird for not doing
Ask anybody.
No,
Because
ask
I'm not the
anybody.
weird one.
I have a problem
Okay.
with Ryan doing
Hold
it.
on.
Thank you.
Hold on a second.
it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Is that I've done it before, and we lived in Hollywood for a while, so
Yeah.
you run out of stuff to
right.
do.
It's a weird flex.
Hollywood is like known for
Yeah.
having some like the most things to do.
No.
Okay.
Nah.
You know what I love about this podcast, as I've said it before, is we can say anything. Like we can say the craziest stuff on the show, and then next week it's like a brand new podcast. It's awesome.
What I'm saying
Pretty
is,
cool.
it's not fair for you to say like Annie and I are the weird ones for not wanting to go look at celebrity.
No,
houses.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
You
saying
guys are the
it's
weird ones.
I'm saying it's strange that you've never done it before.
Have you been on like one
never,
of the sightseeing
you never like
buses
went
in
on
New
a trip
York?
to Hollywood before? You guys never done
Sightseeing buses are. I don't think I have, but that's different. You're not like
That's
it's
like
not a
historical
house tour,
sites,
you know
not
what I'm
that?
saying?
like
This
I
is
think
the
Robert
same
De Niro
thing.
spent a night
No,
here
I
once.
think you guys have an image of what star searching is in your brain, which is creepy stalker stand out in front of somebody's house. It's not what you do.
I think you're just putting
They
a different
give
spin
you-
on it, and that is exactly what it is.
no, they gave you a little map. Here's
And they
all,
go,
here's where
"Here's
all these
where everyone
celebrities
Right
live."
here
lives.
is where
Guys,
the
here's
principal
when they come
residence of
home.
Anne Hathaway is.
Hollywood's
Let's
a
all
zoo up
stare
there.
at her.
They don't live there because they want the privacy. They live there because they like weirdos watching them.
Yeah.
Okay, they love it.
All right, now it's
They
the
love
and
it.
you
don't
know you're
stop.
justifying it for
They
them.
wouldn't-
keep going
they wouldn't live in
around.
the city if they didn't.
I would like
didn't
them
like
to
that.
all come forward and say, "Yeah, I
Them.
like to be watched. I
of
like
those-
when Ryan and Cara sit outside
I'd
my
love
house."
it.
One of those
I'd
black
love
and white videos that the celebrities will do every once in a while when something bad happens, and it's just like, I like when people watch me. That's all. I want every celebrity that lives
Yeah.
in LA. To
Yeah,
do
I
that.
want
They'll
I
do
want
it.
their
They'll
consent.
come forward.
That's
They'll
what I
probably
want.
they'll probably sing a song.
Yeah,
It'll be like-
that's the one.
It'll be like we are the world, or the Imagine one they did.
creep.
Oh, that's what it'll be. That'd be great. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? It's all in different keys.
Yeah.
I think about that Imagine video like,
And it's
It
all of them
is
in front of their
once a
own
month.
houses,
So
like being
bad.
like, "Come find me."
but we're
Come look
there.
at me.
But me and Cara there like in every clip.
Taking photos. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Being like, oh, it's
Just
where you guys
being
live.
real creepy. Just
Ooh,
hey, I like
yum.
looking at you.
Yummy. Yeah.
Wah, wah. Well,
Classic.
anyways, speaking of TikTok,
Getting banned.
Oh.
yeah,
Well,
well,
gonna see you later, TikTok.
tie everything up in TikTok, guys. Just say
This
goodbye.
is like the third time that they're saying
Isn't that
I don't
crazy?
know.
I
I
feel
don't
like we did this
know.
whole. There was a whole send off. There was like a day. It
I
was
literally
supposed to
have
be-
a video on
creators are
TikTok.
Creators are literally being like, follow me on Instagram. Like, I don't know if it'll be here much. Like,
Totally.
a lot of creators are taking it very seriously.
Yeah, what was her Anna someone?
Anna Star?
Sitar, yeah. She did a whole thing where she was like crying and she was like, I know this is stupid, but like this community means so much to me, and if it's not here, that sucks. And I was like,
same thing happened
in
like,
2020, right?
at the end of like COVID when everything was lifting, because I posted a TikTok saying, well, this might be the last day we have TikTok, so here's my small business, whatever, and then it never got banned.
That's right.
Everyone did the same thing. Bad.
Have you guys been watching any of these the congressional hearing videos?
yeah,
They're
they're
rough.
so funny. It turns out everyone in Congress don't know nothing about
Nope.
TikTok.
Old
Tic-tac.
as hell. those
Old as
people.
hell.
Yeah.
You know what?
Some
I
great
bet-
quotes.
I
come
bet
out of
that
it.
George Santos or whatever, what's his name?
Yeah, he would have
Yeah.
been a great one.
He would have been
said
great.
He worked at TikTok.
Where the hell? Yeah. He would have been like, I
He's
created
not
TikTok.
allowed.
As the actual CEO of TikTok.
Couple of great ones was like, does TikTok access my home Wi-Fi? And they're like, yeah,
Yes.
if you're connected to Wi-Fi, it will access your home Wi-Fi. And can it access my other devices and my apps and my information through the home Wi-Fi? No. Why would it?
You're just using it for
It's
data.
just it's you got to connect to the internet through the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, there's.
But can you access my other? I have other smart devices. Can you get? No, that's not how Wi-Fi works, bro. That's not it. Just like
Turns out
such
they
a
don't-
clear misunderstanding.
But it was the same thing with Facebook. There was a Facebook
Yes.
hearing,
Yeah,
like
Mark Zuckerberg
yeah,
up there.
Mark Zuckerberg for like what felt like a week straight talking to Congress, answering questions. Same exact
Jeez.
thing. Turns out they don't know shit about nothing.
They don't know.
And
They don't
the
know.
best part about it is they're having these freaking hearings about technology, and these congressional members are bringing poster boards. They're having like poster boards, like a class project set up behind them of like, is this not part of your terms and agreement?
Yes.
And the guy's like, yeah,
it is.
Like
You got that from
you
our
s- You
website.
screenshotted it and blew it up on a poster board.
We can see it.
Like you could have pulled it up on a laptop.
They're like, is it true that TikTok scans my eyeballs to track my eyeball movements? And he's like, well, yeah, like if you're using, a filter that tracks your face movements, that like it puts a filter on when you use the camera or whatever. And does that track my pupils, that when my pupils dilate when I see certain kinds of, information on
I
this
like.
app?
You're like,
He's
you're
like,
way overswinging this.
Totally. It's like everything is so,
Technology's great, but it's not there
it's
yet.
not that great.
Gosh.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
And they're like outing themselves too, because you guys know how like the algorithm works, right?
Yeah.
You watch a certain kind of video, you like it, you comment on it, and then you get
More of those videos.
More of those certain
Yeah.
kind of videos. Is these Congress people are like, why is it that every time I open TikTok, I see children in scantily clad outfits in tiny little, and they're dressed like sluts?
Or
Why is
big-breasted
it?
women. I heard.
Why is it I'm seeing minors doing weird dances, sexy dances?
And you're like,
It's like,
Because you keep watching them.
bruh.
So
You just
I-
self-reported.
I remember it because like an early version of the algorithm was YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube at the end of your video would suggest
Yes.
videos for you to watch.
Yeah.
Based on the videos you've watched previously. I remember in high school,
Uh-oh.
my geometry teacher showed us some like YouTube video about
Oh no.
math.
no.
At the end of it, it comes to the end, and it's all these like pornos.
No
Like,
way.
Oh yeah, and it's like projected up, and he's like the video ends, and he's like going around teaching, and we had 1.5 hour classes,
And there it was.
and so we would have like 30 minutes at the end of class to just do homework or whatever and stuff, or like work on like catch up work,
Yep.
and everyone's like slowly you start hearing all these murmurs like,
Look at
and
those
you're like,
suggested.
yeah, you look up at the board and you hear these freaking like, and it has like the little like
Oh,
clip,
no.
the like thumbnails.
Thumbnails.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then he's like,
no.
oh my gosh, like I don't know
why
Who
that's-
the-
How that
how the
got there?
hell
Who
did
put
that
that there?
get there? And obviously, like, we all know how it works, and we're like, oh my gosh, and then we like leave, and we're like, did you see that? He's been watching porn on YouTube.
Yikes.
That is crazy.
So yeah, obviously they just don't understand how it works, which is sad because they're the leaders of our country.
And they're gonna make a
True.
decision in the next couple of weeks to like keep
Yeah.
an app or not. Like,
Which is that not okay? Is that not just doing what China does. China has like a whole firewall, internet ban on like certain sites and all this stuff.
Yeah,
and
in
it's
China,
like
you can't see any, they control the media out there.
yeah, they
so-
control everything.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, well,
Well, the thought process is
they've already banned it on government devices.
Yeah.
no, yeah, and you can, and
Oh,
there
is
are
that
going to be
true?
plenty
Yeah,
of ways.
they did that last year.
There's going to be plenty of ways to still access it via VPN or something like that. But I was kind of reading into why why that's happening, like the logistics of it and the mechanics of why are they actually meeting about this. And it's because the CEO, their headquarters are obviously in China. And
Yeah.
in China, it's a communist country. So like there is no right to privacy there. So like
Right.
when the government wants to go into China's headquarters, like in any business headquarters, they can demand any data they want. So it's like that's the security element, which is why the government shut that down so fast, is because whether you like it or not, they are collecting data. Now, how useful that data is, that's really kind of up in the air, But that's the difference between a company here and a company there is, the U.S. government can't necessarily storm into, like, say, Facebook and say, we want all these logs.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
we have an infrastructure in the United States where it's like you have to have some sort of causation and a warrant, right? And you have to go through the wheels of justice, right? Although it be slow. So that's the thought process behind why they're worried about it, is that the Chinese government now does have full access to any of that data. Again, for most Americans, doesn't matter, right?
Right.
Because for you and me,
Well,
who cares, right? I mean, China
not-
has my information.
Not
whatever.
entirely. I think at large, it's not like they're going to exploit you personally, but it is like certain products. I mean, all the good reasons why they use
Yeah.
Sure.
the algorithm, right? Your information to gather like marketing stuff and market certain things towards you. I mean, it would end up being like the same thing where I don't know. Yeah,
It's kind of interesting though, because it
using in a
causes-
monetary way. How
when
can we
I-
gain more
when
from
I think about
your
it,
business?
my scenario, I'm like, it doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, again, I've always had this perspective, which is maybe a little loose when it comes to privacy. It was like, I'm not doing anything on my device that I'm worried about anybody, aka the government or whatever, finding out about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. And that's what applies here for me and the TikTok is I'm like, China can know whatever, because it doesn't really matter to me necessarily. Now, if there was some sort of like great identity hack from a Chinese perspective, that would be a bigger deal, right? They could be able to gather information and open, some sort of like normal identity fraud, But in that sense, I'm like, it is something to think about though as a user when you go, it's not the same as it is in China as it is here. There
Sure.
is no right to privacy there, which is kind of scary when you think about it.
Yeah, I think like from a government to like, be devil's advocate, I think the thing that if I were in, like a congressional office or like a congressional like person's shoes, the worry for me would be the idea that when the time comes, they have the access to our back data and can sway, like can have enough data on us and sway like what we see for voting. Like look at Facebook.
Yep.
It's known that Russian hackers completely like put like smear campaigns, all these things to help sway the American vote in a way that they wanted.
In
Sure.
2016,
That would
right?
that would
2016.
benefit a relationship with Russia.
Right.
To have someone in favor that would benefit a relationship with Russia. And that happened. And it
Right.
fully happened. And I'm not saying that that's the only reason he won, but it is proven that Russian accounts were putting out false advertising, false facts,
Yeah.
on
great
both
hack.
sides.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Sure.
And that was an American company, an American platform based in America that this had this access to. Now here's China, a communist country where America has said flat out that we want to fight communism on all fronts,
Sure.
Here's China. We very very recently in the grand scheme of life have rekindled a relationship with China. Here's an app that gets so much of our data that honestly, if they wanted to analyze that, put that with American voting data, which I'm sure they could get, you could just Google that shit up and it pops up. And they could easily find an algorithm that works of like, okay, we need this percentage of people to vote this way to have the candidate we want to win. Let's just start putting that shit on their For You page.
What kind of stuff is trending? This.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start
push it towards
pushing
this.
this away and bump
and
up
get
this
the
kind of
person we want in
content.
office. And that I don't want to. I'd like to think like, oh my gosh, I'm way more like. I'm
smarter than
smarter.
that, yeah.
I'm smarter
Right.
than to know that shit. No, we're obviously not. Like
Yeah.
the grand scheme of us, like we would fall to that.
Yeah.
And it's obviously like a slippery slope too.
A slippery slope.
Is the problem. Like, okay, all good, yeah, you have access to my data, but then it's like what's next? Like,
Like
oh,
how
you
can
have
they
access
actually
to
use it?
Yeah, and then if I'm allowing, because I have nothing to hide, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then
You can see how I vote. You can see whatever. Like I don't care.
the government comes around. Hey, we're just doing little wellness checks here. We're gonna come check out your house. We're gonna go like, oh, let's see what's
Right.
going on here. We're gonna come audit you for no
Yeah,
reason.
what do you eat? What do you?
Oh, you've got nothing illegal going on here, but I can just come and check you out. Like, oh, cool, nice house you got here. And then it's like, yeah, actually, we're gonna, so it's a slippery slope. Like your right to privacy and everything.
Isn't that what they were doing in Hawaii during COVID?
Yeah, COVID.
Sure.
They would check on you to make
Sure.
sure you were
That you're staying
where
home.
Yeah, they would do like spontaneous checks to
Right.
make sure you were quarantining.
And obviously, here
Quarantining.
Crazy.
a big part of the culture here in the U.S. is we
Quarantine.
think we have a lot of freedoms that we probably
Don't.
actually don't.
Yeah.
Like a right to privacy. Like that's not like a thing in the Constitution. Like,
No,
you,
the Commerce Act basically takes that away.
sure.
There's a whole thing about it and they use the Commerce Act as basically a backdoor to say like, actually,
We think you're committing war crimes, so we're gonna
we can kind
whatever.
of do whatever the hell we want.
All that to say, I think these hearings are definitely hilarious in the sense that
Hilarious.
like these people don't know that Congress is very detached from how technology works, but the like foundation of why it's happening does kind of cause you to go, huh? Well, maybe there is something there. When I made that connection between, oh yeah, it is based in China, and like China can go, like Chinese government can go in
Yeah.
there anytime they want and go, hey, we want all of this data. They probably are doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
But
like kind
but
of interesting.
then so is the U.S. Right, and I think
Yeah.
TikTok just represents like the fear. Like it's not even really about the app TikTok. It's about the fear that is surrounding, for one, new technology for old people, and like how that new technology works, and how we probably should have had like privacy laws put in place 10 years ago in this country
Yeah.
regarding like your internet footprint and everything. And so
Yeah.
it's kind of like, it's not even really about the app. It's not really here or there. It's more about like, okay, what does this mean? Because
Conversation, right?
Well,
Yeah,
it's just kind of
sure.
interesting. Like we talked about this not too long ago, like banned foods,
Yeah.
sure.
like
Oh,
foods,
yeah.
like foods that are banned in other countries.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting in the sense that like, okay, well, the government's like, no, you can have this poison, this actual poison that is proven by many other countries
Yep.
to be
And
killing you.
scientists.
Like,
I mean,
like to
for,
be killing you. Here's your poison. You can eat it. America go wild.
for years and years and years, it was cigarettes, right? And,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
big
yeah.
cigarette tobacco companies were lobbying, Congress people and passing
Okay,
laws.
what's crazy is that over in the UK, everyone smokes.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Sure, but they know it's. I mean, it's no like propaganda. Right?
Well,
Yeah.
and vaping is so much more of a thing
Yeah.
in this country too, just because of young people and Juul and how that all shook
Yeah.
out too.
Yeah.
But it's just different kinds of poison.
But it's interesting because they're like we're gonna take this hard stance on, maybe we should ban this messaging social media platform,
Sure.
but yet they'll let us eat actual poison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like okay, what
Yeah.
just happened? The Philadelphia,
Yep.
where they got a mass text everyone who lives in Philadelphia, and they said go get water because you no longer can drink the water out of your tap.
What?
yeah, I
Oh
saw
yeah,
that.
there's a water
Whoa.
crisis in Philadelphia.
Oh shoot.
And so they just like got a mass text that was like, "Hey, go buy water."
Yeah.
People are
What
going to
the
get
heck?
like packages of water and gallons. Like,
Yeah.
people rushing to the stores
Because there's some sort of latex factory
Spill.
spill and
Pipeline
they were
break or something.
pipeline break that was detected
Shoot.
in the drinking water.
Wow.
rough, man.
And yet here's Flint, Michigan, which it was like
Yep.
So,
literally
like,
been like 10 years.
10 years and they're like Flint, Michigan doesn't have water. It's like all over and everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh, let's rally together." Flint, Michigan still ain't got no water.
No.
There's somebody obviously along the chain, and when it comes to everything too, like I'm thinking about technology, and I'm thinking about like basic necessities like clean water and like chemicals that are in food. Like somebody has to decide, and it's usually the top of like a corporation. Like, okay, this is going to cost X amount of dollars. It's never about like the welfare of people. It's always about like
Money.
how much money are we going to make by banning TikTok?
Yeah.
Obviously a lot, because China is our biggest adversary, and if we can, like wedge them out of something, they can't have control of this country because it affects like somebody at the top decides for everybody at the bottom.
Well, and
right?
I'm sure if you really dug into it, I'm sure a lot of these social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter are probably backing this whole thing too. Because, I mean, you look at Facebook's been just one step behind on all these
Gosh,
trends.
and now
yeah.
Facebook. Have you
Crazy.
seen their commercial? The metaverse commercial.
No.
Where it's like, people think the metaverse is going to be only online, but one day it's going to help firefighters
Yes.
know where they're going when they enter a home, or emergency room.
No, that's just VR.
Emergency room doctors to know
Yep.
exactly where the break is, and it's like this CG dyed like floor plan on the like firefighter mask, or this the like glasses, and she's like blowing up the X-ray, like, and it's gonna be able to see an X-ray at real time and all this stuff. Where I'm like, no, it won't.
Also, that's just like entirely different
I could see that
technology.
happening.
You know what I'm saying?
Kinda
like
true.
And maybe Meta is going to be the one that like pioneers it, but like VR has been around before Meta and Facebook.
Yeah,
You know what
they're
I'm saying?
the only one that I was like, I could see this potentially coming true. It was like, and it will see school kids. Like school kids will be able to see and meet the woolly mammoth, even though they've been extinct. And it was just basically
Perfect.
kids in VR. And I was like, no,
Cool.
that one I could kind of see, like, oh, maybe that
You
will
get
come
behind
true.
that one.
Like
that one we watched it happen all 2020. People were just strapping on their little
VR and
their
acting
little
like
playing
school,
blackjack.
school in a box
You're
things.
playing blackjack.
I was playing a lot of like roulette and blackjack,
You're
and
like-
but I was seeing some mammoths in there too.
Kids were learning,
I
and
popped
Ryan's
into
over
the
here
Natural
like,
History Museum.
and hit and stay. Okay.
Stay.
Okay.
And fold.
and
fold.
and I'm done. Okay,
And
that's all in my
fold.
mind.
My
Oh,
gosh.
man.
All I have to say, technology moving too fast for me. Keep me out of that.
Too much
Classic
for you, huh?
Annie, dude. That
Keep
is so
gassing
your-
cars.
That's yep, that
no,
is
that's,
so
that's
your.
not like you, Annie. That's weird. You're usually
I
like
know, I'm usually a pioneer. A pioneer of technology.
Not to keep gas in cars.
Keep gassing cars.
That's your whole platform.
Well, I have a celebrity
Oh,
thing.
let's hear it.
Taylor Swift.
Selena Gomez
Oh.
is dating
We get a
Zayn Malik from One Direction.
Oh, Zayn's kind of been all over.
Is he the one that was claiming that he was the reason why
No,
One
that was
Direction?
Liam.
No, that's
Zayn
Liam.
was the first one to leave. He
Zayn was married to Bella Hadid,
They don't. Did
Oh,
they get
okay.
married?
They
I don't
have
know
a
if they got
kid.
married.
Oh,
or
Child.
whatever.
It was. I
broke
thought it was
up.
Gigi.
Was it Gigi or Bella?
I thought it was Gigi Hadid.
Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
one of the Hadids.
One of the
The
I don't know.
Hadids.
do you want to know where they live in Hollywood?
Yeah, you've
I can tell
probably
you.
been in their
Their
basement.
house,
They-
freak.
their house
Yeah.
is
They are now
amazing, by the way.
dating.
They have a
They have
beautiful
heated
front
floors.
porch.
Heated
And
floors.
one of the Hadids, whoever it was, posted
Okay.
saying like, "I'm happy for him and I love her.
That's a weird thing.
I
to
just
do.
I just hope this doesn't take away from his relationship to his son."
Way to make it about you, huh?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, basically they were like, "I'm cool with it as long as he's still a good co-parent."
Yeah, yeah.
and it's
And
like
having
oh.
that, taking that online is so incredible. Like,
Oh, and then what's her face and not Jason
Hailey.
Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
No.
Okay.
Haley and Selena made up, though.
Justin Bieber.
No, it was
I'm being serious.
what's her face and
Haley
what's
and
his
Selena are
face.
Like, they squashed the beef. Haley
Oh
and
yeah,
Selena.
yeah, because Selena.
Thank you.
Haley and
Selena
Selena
got
squashed
a-
Oh,
the beef?
sorry, John. You're hip and cool. Don't worry.
I am
go ahead,
hip
Selena
and
got
cool.
a
Thank you.
DM saying from Haley saying that she's getting death threats.
Yeah, but isn't it like par for the course as a celebrity? You get death threats like,
yeah,
all the
I
time,
don't know.
right?
Like
I don't know.
Selena Gomez was like, "Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was me. I did the death threat. Sorry."
I'll call
Yeah,
off my
like-
guys.
Selena
do you
Gomez
want me to
also
say?
didn't like encourage it.
No.
She never was like,
No.
"Yeah, Haley."
Also,
like,
Haley, by the way, you started this whole thing, sis.
Yeah, she did.
So
Yeah.
what are you?
It's Olivia. What's
Rodrigo?
her face? No, who's dating Harry Styles?
Munn.
wild.
Her ex,
and Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis. They're
Are
in
they back
custody battle
Oh no.
about their kids. I don't know.
little
They're
Ted
both
Lasso
cool. They're,
Jr.
like, three.
I don't know, but they're all in custody about it. It's a big thing. But then they were seen at his soccer game, like hugging. And so
I'm
that's
sure it's
another
probably
thing.
back and forth. You
Yeah.
know, and co-parenting. I imagine
That's,
it's
like,
not easy.
In the
you
middle
know?
of the Kanye and Kim divorce, they were seen at like a baseball game or something together.
Like hugging,
Which also
kissing.
like is that not just so intrusive?
Sure.
Like you're going to like you find out the paparazzi is finding out where like what little league team.
You decided to go
Their
out of your
kids are?
house.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Oh, it was
It's almost
it
like
was
going
one of
to
the
their
kids'
house, right? You know what I'm saying?
Not
baseball
not,
games.
not Cara being like, you decided to go outside. You deserve to have your picture
no,
taken.
you
at your
decided to
son's
be a celebrity.
baseball
All this
game.
right to privacy,
did.
and Kara's like, you go outside.
You have
your
no right.
picture
It's
is
getting
on the
taken.
internet.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know what you expect. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
She's like, you go outside. I'm gonna be waiting for you outside your house
Click,
with my
Click,
waiting
click,
for a
click,
selfie.
click, internet.
I
Nobody
love
will
it.
care.
$400.
I love it so much.
Gosh.
I'm just kidding.
I wish I could send in a picture and be like, money. Money, please.
Money, please.
Money.
It's a picture that like a whole group of people also has, but you're the one person who
Like,
decides to send
money,
it in.
please.
That'll be
Money,
China's new
please.
game. It's like some social media where you just submit photos and you get like
Money.
5 cents per photo.
No, it's gonna be like the U.S. government is gonna start like you get $5 for every person that you report
on.
that has TikTok.
Oh, that is huge.
I saw a ridiculous
All
TikTok.
4 of us getting fully outed the minute that
Oh,
happens.
yeah.
What if you just deleted your app though and never deleted your account, but you don't have the app?
No, it would. It's like. Do you remember when California was like you can report your neighbors for using water?
Oh,
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
outside the times
yes.
you're allowed to use water.
For
it was,
real?
It was full Big Brother.
I fully remember that.
Yeah, it was during this intense drought, and they're like,
Yep.
report your neighbors.
I think
their
my
If they
dad-
use their
sprinklers go
sprinklers.
off.
I think my dad deliberately used it during those times that you weren't allowed to, just because of the
like,
government
F
telling
it.
us. He's like, nah.
Did you report him?
Or like
No,
in
I
the
don't
summer
know
Get some money.
when it's like the
Didn't know
energy
how, otherwise I
saving
would.
times.
Yeah.
Like don't use energy
Don't
from
use-
6 to 9.
You're
You
not
would've,
allowed
though.
to use your washing machine.
Calling the government as a 12-year-old.
That's so
Hello?
good.
You're like,
Hey,
hi, my
government?
dad is
Dad's
watering. My dad is making me water the grass.
Did you
and
guys
it's
see
inhumane.
the kid
and
who
illegal.
accidentally called 911 when he was playing a video game?
I did see this. I
This
did see
poor, I don't even know if it's a kid. He could be our age. I don't know.
Is he poor?
He's
Kid.
playing a video game and he butt dialed 911, which I've done.
You've done that?
I have butt dialed emergency numbers on my phone and my watch.
Oh,
Really?
I've
Yeah.
accidentally
Watch is kinda
called.
easy.
So
Watch is
he
kinda
does it, and the video is like of the cops like camera, whatever. And he's like, he comes out because they have guns because they heard the video game.
are
Like, I'm gonna
cops.
kill you
Classic.
in the
I
video
got
game.
2 kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he comes out and he's like, it's just me. I was playing a video game. I butt dialed you guys. I swear. Crazy.
Kind of like being swatted. Remember when people were getting
Yeah.
That's what the comments were saying. He swatted himself.
Oh.
Wait, what's
So gnarly.
getting swatted?
You like so you find people. It started
This
when people
happened to
started doing
Justin
live
Bieber, right?
streaming, like when they started doing live streaming, they would like find out where you lived, and they would call the cops and be like, "This guy
Call in a fake bomb threat,
Yeah.
basically.
yeah,
To
And
your-
then
to
so
your
the-
house.
The police department has to respond with like full SWAT because they have to assume that it's
Wait,
real.
way to just way to waste the time.
Yeah, that's
and
the
yeah,
whole
they started
thing.
charging people
Resources.
for it. They started.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
who did that happen to recently that we talked about?
It happens a
David
lot.
Dobrik?
Actually.
No.
I think
Was it
he's
David
been swatted
Dobrik?
before. Yeah. I don't know if it happened recently.
But now a lot of these big like
Crazy.
private neighborhoods, like where David Dobrik lives, like they kind of know like.
Oh,
There's
it's
a whole
celebrity here.
system kind of thing now. I think where
Yeah.
especially in LA, I'm sure there's like some sort of system now with all these high priority people. You
Yeah.
know, but
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
But I imagine nobody's like above it. I just heard recently, like, do you ever hear about David Spade's personal assistant?
No.
Yes.
David Spade had this personal assistant, and one night David Spade woke up and dude was in his house has stolen his shotgun and was aimed it at his head, and he started like trying to shoot at him, trying to kill him.
yeah.
David Spade had to fight him off, and
Don't ever
freaking-
have an assistant.
He had to break a window open and escape his house and go tell somebody like
Call the
this guy.
cops.
Yeah, call the cops. This
That's
guy's
a
trying to kill me.
movie.
Yeah, it's super gnarly. He
That's
talked about it in
that's
an interview.
a freaking Lifetime movie.
I started listening to his podcast with Dana Carvey. It's really
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah.
What's that called
SNL.
again?
It's Fly on the Wall.
I love David Spade. He's funny.
A lot of SNL stories. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Spade, he's an interesting one. I've
He is
heard that story.
interesting.
And it does like make you I've also gotten on the side of TikTok where it's like horror stories of roommates, like roommate horror stories.
Oh shoot.
And there are people who like you just never know. Like an assistant. He said he had the assistant for like years too. Like and it was totally
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
They snapped.
People just snap.
And
It's
then
so
it's just
crazy.
like crazy. And you don't realize how much access you give other people into your life.
Yep.
and you're like,
Yeah.
ooh, that's not
Yep,
healthy.
yep. I mean, to tie it back, that BetterHelp website,
Yeah.
right? Online therapy.
Yeah.
BetterHelp's in scandal because it's been selling a bunch of private information about people.
Because it's a private thing, but then if you need medication, if you need something, then they send it out.
All of that information they sell to healthcare
They have to.
providers and foreign whatever.
There's got to be something that they like loopholed,
yeah, it fully
like
breaks
went
HIPAA.
around.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's probably not protected by HIPAA only because
It's
not
it's
a
third
healthcare
party,
organization.
yeah.
You're paying out of pocket for it. So
And
it's
you're
not like
that's what
Yeah.
you signed up for, right?
Because like Kaiser
I don't know.
has I have Kaiser. They cover
Mm-hmm.
online therapy through third party people, but BetterHelp's not one of them.
It's only
Whoa.
it's
It's
their
like
own,
certain
Yeah.
apps that
it's like
they
a distributor almost.
yeah.
Shoot.
And a lot of celebrities are
sense.
like kind of catching shit for it too because they're
Yeah,
like
Dak Shepard, he pumps
Phil
BetterHelp.
DeFranco is like all about BetterHelp.
But the
and-
reality is, like, we understand how ads work.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
our podcast has
course.
tons of them.
yes, thank you.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's
You.
they buy ad space.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
It's
right.
up to the people who are accepting the money for it to like double check that it's a worthy cause.
it's kind of interesting that new layer of ethics, right? As far as a creator too, you're like, you can't just take whoever's going to pay for your ad spot anymore. You have
Yeah.
to do your research.
Just shilling
which
around,
is-
some
you know?
bunk company.
I was watching the Try Guys,
Oh yeah.
and I was watching a video that they came out with,
Yep.
and it was literally they have a whole series called Without a Recipe, and they try to make stuff without like using a recipe, and then it's
That's right.
like it's super cut with a expert making it correctly.
Okay.
And so it's like you never want to put in baking soda, and then it cuts to I think baking soda, and like them like dumping it, and then like the experts like you're like the voiceover them explaining what would happen, and they're like that seems good, yeah, okay,
Sure.
And so at one point he's like, and then the secret recipe, the thing that will make it perfect is, and it cuts to commercial, and it's a cancer commercial, and it just goes cancer.
Oh.
I was like, I know that they don't have
the way it cut.
the
yeah.
way it cut, like, but at
the
the same
secret
time,
ingredient
is
is
cancer.
Cancer.
And I
Wow.
was
Very
like,
serious.
God.
I was like, no one caught that. No one's
Oh,
like,
man.
like
They don't have
They didn't
control.
check the ads. And then at that point, and I think YouTube's different, and you guys can correct me. I think YouTube assigns the ads, like
They do.
They have ad space, and YouTube sells it for you. Like
Yeah.
you don't have control.
It's
over
actually algorithm based as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're watching like a certain kind of video,
Cancer
a certain
videos.
well,
I was gonna say,
that's a weird
kinda
one
interesting.
because
we could dive into why yours was cancer.
yeah,
It's just cancer. I think I have cancer constantly.
Because it's all.
I
the-
always look up.
No,
like,
it's all the banned
I'm
ingredients.
No, it's because you're looking at.
No, it's like, do I
symptoms of
have cancer?
No,
I
and-
literally
yeah.
Googled melanoma
it's
the other day.
WebMD,
Gosh.
the freaking hospital of Annie over here.
It's like I
WebMD.
YouTube it so I can listen to it. I'm like, how to tell if a mole is melanoma? How to tell if melanoma
How long do
is
I
going to
have
kill
if I
you?
have melanoma?
How bad is melanoma?
Oh man.
on a pain
What
scale
is
of 1
foot
to 10.
cancer?
Gosh.
So they're gonna hit us with like an apology video next week or something?
Oh, I hope so.
No, this is just your individual
just saying.
experience. This is not.
Oh,
like,
got it,
wasn't
got it,
like
got
a
it, got it.
thing.
Right. It wasn't like a big.
Oh, it wasn't a thing. It happened to me, John. That
wasn't a
me
thing.
and millions of Americans were traumatized by that
We
secret
just said
ingredient.
that the ad is different every time, so you are
I will
possibly
say-
the only person that got that.
I will say that was the only ad that played on the video.
Whoa.
It had multiple spots for
Dang.
ads, but it was just that
Dang.
ad every time.
Wow.
Cancer.
Dang.
I was
Well,
like, oh my
we're gonna
gosh, chill
try
out.
something right now. As you guys know, this podcast is, it's constantly
by-
in scandal, right?
Oh.
And
Yeah.
so eventually a day will come where we're going to have to do an apology video.
Oh.
So I think it would be good for us. We just take a couple of cracks at it. Just
What?
practice apologizing.
No.
Okay, you wanna
John,
go first?
camera on you. Go ahead, John.
Oh, I'll go first. That's good.
Yeah. Go ahead.
If we're apologizing,
Hey,
apologize to me.
Yeah, go ahead. Just right into the camera, please.
I can't. If it's for Annie, I can't.
No, not for Annie, of course. It's for the viewers that you've.
Because Annie, you're not a victim here. You just happen to get a
No,
weird
clearly
ad.
not. Clearly not.
Chill.
Go ahead,
She's like,
John.
the secret ingredient is cancer. They were targeting me.
They knew. They knew I
Hey.
was coming. Okay, go ahead, John.
Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I want to apologize for the obscene language I used on the last episode. And in the future, I plan on seeking guidance and and just ridding all foul language from my vocabulary, and I will be better every day.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank
Yeah.
God also. Thank you, Annie. My Lord and Savior. That's pretty much it.
Whoa.
Okay, that was great, but it was a little too sincere.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like a classic like apology video.
I need crocodile tears.
I got you. I
That
got
was great. I thought it was great.
you. No, you would, but that's not again.
Profane language, like.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm gonna seek guidance. That's perfect because like there's no way in hell you're seeking guidance for that
No,
shit.
no,
No,
Like-
no, not at all.
Not at all.
But
Never. Who are you gonna guide?
pretend I'm gonna go dark for like 3 months.
Oh,
and then
That's
I'm
good.
gonna
3 months.
That's good.
No, go.
I'm gonna go dark for a couple minutes.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna
I
come
followed
back.
this influencer where she did this whole thing of like, I have a lot of personal stuff going on right now, and I'm just like gonna take a break, and I'm sorry if you don't hear from me.
Next
I said
day.
like 2 days later, she's like, I'm
back.
back. And I
Hey.
was like, what?
All right,
I'm
I'm gonna take a pass at it. John, can you put the camera
I
on?
got you.
Hey everybody.
See, it's hard, right?
It's really early and I'm filming this. I've tried, 10 or 12 times to record this and I just keep bursting into tears, so I'm just going to try it this time.
Good verification.
Some of you I'm sorry if you think you got offended by what I said.
Yep.
That's obviously not what I meant. I'm
Obvi.
sorry that you got your feelings hurt. And
So big.
I'm going to try harder to be a better person.
Yeah.
I obviously, a lot of people think that I've done something wrong, and I am sorry that you think that.
Wow.
See, that's good
Wow.
because, I don't actually have to take the blame for anything.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, yeah.
that was clear.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
That part,
But-
crystal.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, go ahead, Annie. Go ahead, right into the camera.
Oh, it's Kara's turn.
No, it's
Either
Annie's
one,
turn.
doesn't
you
matter.
got it.
No, I
Annie.
think they covered it.
Yeah, I think
We're not
ditto.
doing an apology
No.
video.
We have nothing to
Here's the
apologize
thing.
No.
Here's the thing.
I've done nothing
You
wrong.
Take a pass at it, Annie. Right into the camera. Go ahead.
And he said immediately goes, "I've done nothing wrong. It
I'm
wasn't
sorry you
me.
feel that way.
I
I've
ain't
done
going
nothing
down
wrong.
for this.
Nice.
It wasn't me.
The anti-apology video. I'm sorry you feel that way. I didn't do anything.
So if you want to keep watching me, you can.
You
Whoa.
ran
If
into
you don't,
me.
bye.
Nice.
There's mine.
Really?
There you go.
Bye.
Kara, come
Bye.
on.
Bye.
You know as an
Haters gonna
influencer-
hate.
Straight up.
Haters
She
gonna
did.
hate.
Okay.
By
She
the way,
does-
Kara, you have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Give us the real apology. You would not do
Yeah,
that.
come on. Give us a good apology.
You have a following on YouTube. Come on.
Yeah,
Respect
I
let's-
the-
sure don't.
respect
I
the
got a
audience.
good like 8 subscribers.
Respect the
Yeah,
audience.
that's good.
Sure. Fine.
Go.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey everyone,
Okay.
it's
All
Kara.
All right. Good start. Good start.
No, it's doing great. It's doing great.
I
Keep
want to
going.
apologize to Robert De Niro for creeping him out in front of his house.
Oh, I want
just-
to apologize for just having fun in Hollywood.
Yeah, apparently that's wrong.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Okay,
Thank
I
you
have
for
an
apologizing.
apology.
And
Oh.
if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe.
Yes. Okay. There it is.
I have an apology.
Oh, go ahead, Annie.
This is the apology for our viewers
Okay.
out here.
Right into the camera, please. Thank you. Thank
Oh, wow.
you.
Oh, wow.
Glasses
Oh, it's
off.
so
Class
much
act.
tighter.
That is a class act move right
That's
there.
really
No sunglasses.
I would like to apologize to our viewers. I know that some people have been finding this aspect of me extremely offensive and hard to deal with.
Love it.
I know that your comments on our videos have brought the light to me of that
Brought the
this
light
is
to you.
not for everyone, that this aspect of me is hard for other people to handle and deal with, and it's something that I should look at. And I'll be real, like I wasn't even thinking of it like that, and I never even like realized that the way I dressed was like the 1995 Jumanji canvas tent that they and I just know I didn't realize that it was so offensive the way I dressed to other people, and that dressing like a canvas tent was just so hard for some people to focus on. And I just realized that like I'm gonna have to switch it up.
So
I'm gonna
good.
have to be better.
Yes.
Hey, wow, Annie,
Damn.
I gotta tell you,
Great.
incredible
That
work.
is great.
Listen, that's my favorite thing I've ever been
That was
told in my life.
fantastic.
And if
So
you don't know
funny.
what we're talking about, check
Guys,
out our TikTok.
head on
Good
over
see-
to
good
our
see you in
TikTok.
some color today. I thought it was gonna be an all
Thanks.
canvas
Switch
moment
it.
again.
I almost did it again just for my fans.
John,
Good.
I know there's something you have to apologize for from our shorts.
Oh.
Okay, for the record, I'm not an office hater.
Oh.
I actually hold on. I need to go back.
Yeah. Go to your camera. Go to your camera.
I actually love The Office. I probably have more Office memorabilia than most people. But Ryan particularly cut it to make it seem like I don't understand season 1, and I do understand season 1. I actually love season 1. It's my favorite season now.
Now I feel like you're
a lot of
overcompensating in the apology video.
think it's weird. Like you think that The Office is cringeworthy. Like you didn't really get it, obviously.
It's so
I
funny.
could fight every single one of those people hand to hand combat, and I would do it.
and I would win.
So good. No, he would do it. He didn't say he'd win, but he would do
I
it.
can't guarantee I'd win, but I would definitely give it my all
You would.
Damn.
You absolutely
to
would.
the death.
To the death. And if that is not an Andy,
Hold on. By the way,
It's Andy quote
Typical
right there.
Michael
a
Scott.
little cutout. If you're commenting on our shorts, thank you.
Thank you so
we
much.
win. If
We
you
win.
comment it, whether you like it or not, we win.
that's why
Oh
every
yeah,
once
wait,
in a
hold
while.
on. Cut to my camera. I have an apology too.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry that I am a beta male. That
Yeah. Beta male.
yeah, complete. I don't have the Sigma mindset that it takes to understand sports. Apparently,
Yeah.
because
mindset.
excluding trans people from sports, totally like Sigma Alpha, like totally
I was
cool.
just gonna say that actually.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me I'm just like a beta cuck because I don't,
A
I
beta
don't get
what?
sports. Look it up. Don't
Look
worry
it
about
up.
Don't
Look
worry
it
about
up.
Look it up later.
I literally sometimes you guys will comment stuff and it's good enough that we send it to each other.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing where every time I'm like, just respond like we should make it generic, like thank you so much for participating in the growth of what the podcast. Like some like total
That's
Like a
so
generic
good.
auto reply. That would be so good.
Auto-
Copy
reply.
paste.
Thank you so much for
I'm
commenting.
personally a fan of the like playing dumb.
Yeah.
Like somebody commented on it was like a conspiracy theory about JFK that we posted or something.
Love it.
Sure.
And somebody was like, JFK died in 1963 in the back of a car in Dallas,
Lincoln
Texas.
and da-da.
And I just responded, for real? When?
What?
He's like 1963 or 4.
Wait,
I don't
is
know.
This play about us.
I still that comment we got last week about my outfit. I was wearing like all cream, which definitely not a fashion statement. Tell you that.
It's okay.
And they literally were like,
Taking it
"Why
to
is this
heart.
girl dressed like the
So
tent,
funny.
a 1927 canvas tent?" That
Very
the
particular.
evil. It was so particular that the evil person in the 1995 Jumanji would use. Like it was so strange, and I just commented back, "Thanks, that was my inspiration."
You know that you made that person happy because they thought about Jumanji.
I
They're like,
loved it.
"Oh,
I was like,
Not
"That's
gonna lie,
hilarious."
though. Accurate. I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
we can't
I was
argue
so
it.
accurate.
You know,
I
that's
was
the,
like-
that's the
Man.
problem.
But
It was
like,
That's the
accurate.
problem.
but like, unique. You know, isn't that
Yeah.
the difference between like style and like fashion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
fashion is what everyone's
Beautiful.
doing. It's the trend.
Yes.
Style is being unique. It's playing on the memories,
Yes.
in
Yeah.
the moment.
She's got
You evoked
something.
an emotion.
I invoke not only nostalgia
Yes.
for the heart of the great movie that
Yeah.
was Jumanji,
Yeah.
but also
And it was.
a real calling to the history. And I can't keep doing this bullshit.
Dang.
Why do we gotta wrap this up? Holy
Yeah.
crap! I couldn't bring that.
No, keep
I
going.
was. I couldn't. I couldn't
Annie's,
keep going.
Annie's been on this thing lately where she's trying to cut the legs off of this podcast. She's
Are we?
not-
Are we? What are we at?
We're just not even at the hour mark.
Yeah, we're just at an hour. We're just hitting.
Oh, wow.
And
It's my.
That's
I
your
almost
thing.
said my biological clock.
My internal
Is
internal
it?
clock.
Is it ticking?
Biological clock.
Chicken.
You could.
Yeah.
Hey, you can
Taken
fix
away.
that. Just so you know.
Hey, you could
Yep.
go freeze your eggs. You know, or
I
just
thought
go.
about that. It's just it's a long process. You have to do like a bunch of hormones and stuff like
You
that
have-
to get ready to freeze your eggs and like collect them. It's a lot.
It is a lot. You have to do
Guys
injections.
just,
What's-
guys just go freaking,
Go
go
ahead.
go to the sperm bank.
Yeah.
Go in the room for
Classic
2
us.
minutes and leave.
Yeah.
Like we have to do like months worth of freaking preparation,
2
thousands
minutes.
of dollars.
It's pretty generous.
2 minutes.
I
Wow.
mean, I know both your wives,
that
so
including-
I was trying to be nice.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Chill.
you.
Burn
Ow.
and burn.
And
Chill
got
out.
him. And destroyed.
Well,
Go ahead.
not to bring
Sports.
this
Go to
kind of
sports.
no
Go to
sports.
sports.
So to
Well,
sports.
SDSU
sports,
is in the
sports,
final
sports,
Fine.
four.
sports.
Mark-
I see us in the Final
as if we have
Four.
categories.
I get to say it now.
We haven't hit sports yet.
Sports.
Oh,
It's a sports podcast.
Are we
you
a
know?
anyone
news?
talked about
Are we a
sports yet?
news station? Sports.
Yes,
Weather.
Thank you. Cut to the sports.
We haven't even touched
Listen,
on weather
for the
yet.
first
Jesus.
time, in history,
Yep.
San Diego State's basketball team is in the Final Four, March Madness.
Pretty cool, man. It's pretty
Come
cool.
on, man.
Well, and I also want to say it's going to be a great year because the Padres are going to win the World Series.
Yes,
And then
yes.
San Diego State's going to win March Madness.
Yeah. Do you ever do a bracket, John?
No.
Like a
I
March
know
Madness
a lot
bracket?
of people that do the March Madness bracket. I don't know the teams. I guess you don't have to know the teams to do it.
No.
But I don't really enjoy basketball that much. So I guess no one's ever asked me if I wanted to do it.
When I was in 6th grade,
Oh,
my teacher was really into March Madness. My 6th grade teacher, Mr. Chapman. Shout out to you.
Mr. Chap.
Love you, buddy. Ryan Chapman.
Where do you think he's working now?
He's still local. He's still around town.
Yeah.
But Mr. Chapman.
It's not at the school, I'll tell you that.
Anyways, no, well, nobody's at the school these days.
The
But
best
I,
is that you named different teachers, even though it was all your mom, right?
yeah, freaking funny,
She have
hilarious.
wigs.
But that was the thing. He wrote down all of the teams on the whiteboard one day and was like,
Cross them
okay,
off.
here's your bracket. We're gonna make brackets. He's like, I don't care that you don't know any of the teams.
Wow.
Just make it, and if anybody wins, you get a pizza party or something.
You
Did
don't,
anybody win?
you don't
It
get
was
the money.
fun. I don't really remember.
Do
But
you have a gambling problem?
yeah, we
you,
had
like-
to pay $25 each. It was weird.
Yeah. So strange.
You're like,
We
oh,
always
mom,
wondered
can
where
you,
that spurred from. With
Yeah, where
Ryan.
did
can
that
you
money
sign this like
go?
field trip like form? And I also need $25 for like the lunch
$25.
and the
We're going to
entrance fee.
Verona.
And I'd also like you to write down your predictions.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that as a
And I'm
base.
gonna-
Mom,
Yeah.
do you
I'm
know
gonna make
anything
some
about
creative
college
liberties.
basketball?
Yeah, did the stats in my mind.
I think I
25
just
kids.
picked like the mascots that I think would win.
Yeah.
Like
Smart, yeah.
the gator, you know.
Well, and that's what we
True.
should do. Is there should be mascot.
The mascot
fights.
bracket.
Yeah,
And
Should've done that.
SDSU is the
Aztecs.
Aztec.
I mean, their mascot sucks. For
It
multiple
does.
reasons, but like,
The Aztecs
really?
cool.
Why is it stuck for multiple reasons?
no, it's just like a guy in a costume.
It
it's
is.
not like one of the big like mascot costumes. It's literally
Yeah.
just
It's
just
a
a guy.
man
It's
like
a hot,
dressed
but it's
up.
always like a
And
ripped guy.
we knew that guy for a while.
He's ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that kind of feels sexualized.
I mean,
little
yeah,
bit.
it's like
cultural
it's like
appropriation.
The,
I
it's
guess.
like the pod
whatever,
squad wearing
but-
skirts. Like that's a no go.
My
Like-
goodness.
We can't talk
about
it.
We can't talk about
We can't talk about that.
Cut that,
apparently.
cut that, cut
Like-
that.
No, you don't have to cut it. Everybody, Pod Squad doesn't get skirts this year.
You know,
That's
like
just a fact.
because like I don't want to be like at a sports game and see attractive people. Gross.
No, no.
Nah.
That's not why I'm going. I'm going for the sport.
Well, the sport and the
The
game.
Yeah.
camaraderie and
Yeah, it's
The
true.
hot
the
dogs
sports.
and the beer.
I wonder who is doing all the stuff at opening day this week. Like the national anthem,
that's really
the
good.
first pitch. It's always like San Diego people, like slightly stupid guys.
I don't know yet.
Wait,
Okay,
what?
okay. You know who should do the first pitch?
Tony Hawk did it last year.
I love Tony Hawk. No, but not him.
We're gonna go back to that.
Big Ed. PB
Stop.
Local.
Stop. Not Big Ed.
From 90 Day Fiance.
No.
Is he a local guy?
Oh, he's
Yes,
local.
he's seen
PB.
all the time.
His girlfriend runs I call Encontro in North Park.
Okay.
It's like
no
right on the
idea.
corner. Manages that place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Big,
Big
Ed.
Ed.
The Big Ed.
Didn't we see
The
him?
Big
of
Ed.
90 Day
The Big
Fiance.
Ed.
I don't know who you
I
guys are
think
talking
Ed.
about. I'm going to be honest.
He's the guy who he went viral because he's like, "You're my favorite," blah blah, and she goes, "Eh."
He's like,
If
"You're
you
my
saw him, you'd
You're
recognize
my
him.
you're my
you're my
favorite.
favorite view." She's like, "Oh, pretty view," and he goes, "You're my prettiest view," and she's like, "Eh."
Oh, God.
Let me show you Big Ed.
You
I'm
you
on-
would
I'm
see
on it
you would
already.
know Big
I'm
Ed.
pretty sure I was with you when we saw him.
Oh. That's not, his name isn't Humongous?
No. Gosh.
You know that guy? He goes, my name is Humongous.
No.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Cut to my camera. Okay. Here's Big Ed.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you Humongous. Hold on.
I feel like this is best.
He's gonna look completely different. Come on.
Oh, really? He's going to look completely different?
Oh.
Humongous.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't look too different. I mean,
Have you seen this video? Aaron?
no.
Oh, it's so good. I'll show you after, and we'll link it below.
Have you seen the video of the superintendent
Go ahead.
stepping down? There was like a whole thing about bullying at like this. I don't even know. This is like one of the ones where I've just seen TikTok videos of it
Nice.
put
Yep.
together. I have actually
Yep.
no facts about it.
Cool. We don't have
But
to
it's-
talk about it.
No, we have to.
Okay.
And it's this guy like going in front of the school board.
Yeah.
And he's saying like, and his last name is Gay.
Okay.
And he was like, my name is like Richard Gay, and I was bullied all through this, and I was shoved into lockers, and all this stuff. And he's like, and you know what? And he points to the superintendent. He's like, and you were the one giving me swirlies in the locker room. And like, just literally, and they're like, and everyone's like, you hear everyone scream, and then it cuts to the superintendent, like a close up of the superintendent being like, I'm officially stepping down as active superintendent.
Wow.
And that, and like everyone
knew.
cheers, and you see him like grit his teeth
Wow.
while he's reading it. And it was like, damn, like,
You know the craziest part of that video? Not real. Chat GPT.
wow.
It was a completely AI generated
That's
video.
crazy.
Did you say GPT?
Yeah, that's
I
what
thought
it
it
is.
was. I thought it was GBT.
Chat
GPT.
Well, the Chat GPT decides what it is.
Yeah, that changes.
Yeah. A completely AI generated video.
That's crazy.
Also, did you know Joe Biden and President Trump and Obama,
Fake?
they don't play Fortnite
No,
together.
they don't.
Totally
Yeah, I
fake
know that.
too. AI
crazy.
generated.
That is weird.
I
for
wish they never will.
Well,
No, I hope they do. Maybe things will come of it.
that's what I figured. Like maybe if they make enough AI generated videos, like they'll just do it like as a meme, you know?
Well, that's like the whole thanks Obama thing. People
Yep.
were like, thanks Obama, and then he did it
He said, "Thanks, Obama."
because the like his cookie one.
What was
Obama
that?
out. Let me be clear. We're gonna storm that base. Fortnite. Donnie, do you have any shield potions for me? No, Obama.
Where's Joe?
I don't do a good Joe.
I don't think you do good any of us.
What?
No, I just try to do like generic old guy.
Oh, Shakira.
Well, that's about
Wow.
enough for Annie. I think we're about
Gosh.
spent here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too.
For me.
Yeah,
Annie, it was good having you on the show.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay, well, before we end the podcast,
Yeah.
a little bit more of
Do
a
you have
serious
something to tell
level.
us?
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh.
We just-
Do you want to add it on
pregnant.
this?
No.
You
No,
guys are
this is
pregnant.
I know where she's going.
Okay,
I
go
can't
ahead.
believe we didn't
Congratulations.
touch on this
Go
earlier.
ahead.
Stop. Ha. Is it on me?
Yeah,
It's on you.
you.
We just want to send our condolences to all of the family and friends of everyone involved in the shooting in Tennessee at the private elementary school. And really to all of the elementary school, middle school, high school, all the teachers and those students.
Yeah.
Because that is so scary that this happened, and just everything involved is just insane, and it is not in the news enough. We're not
Yeah.
doing enough.
Yeah.
And
And it's always a sad thing when we have to talk about it on the show because
Yeah.
I feel like we do so often talk
Yeah.
about the latest mass shooting and the latest school shooting and
Yep.
and yeah, I mean it is we're right there grieving with you, and yeah, the best we can do is just continue to
fight.
freaking call your local congressperson, make a big ruckus. I don't know, like I always land back here where I'm just like sad and I feel helpless, and I don't know, you know.
I think one thing for me, like as an election year is coming up, I would push to like, don't let this be the one platform that you hear on, because it's going to be used as a platform,
Yep.
and it's going to be used as a huge
talking
talking
point.
point.
Yep.
And I would just push, like, when you're voting for someone, like look further, look at what they've actually done, look at whatever any action they've actually taken to back up their words, because that's who you should vote for, the people who are actually doing what they're saying, and not just the person who's going to have the best point in the week of the happenings, you know.
Agreed.
Just adding more noise to it.
Definitely.
Well, great.
That's a nice little ending there.
Yep.
Got any happy thoughts for us, John? Go
I
ahead.
had nothing.
Kara says condolences weird.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
condolences?
You said condolences. I think it
Condolences.
was a slip of the tongue.
Condolences?
Condolences.
Can't you say it both ways?
You can. You can say whatever
Sure,
you
you
want.
can. Yeah, I mean,
That's the great thing about this podcast.
You know what?
People say milk.
That's
you're gonna
right.
use that
That's
one?
a wrap on
That's
Kara.
the one you're gonna use. Nice.
Well, that's a
Yeah.
wrap on Cara. Thank you so much, Cara. Great job tonight. And
Yeah,
our
she
condolences to you.
Our condolences.
On the couch as always, Annie the Skovmand. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
And we'll see you next week on
On
What the Podcast.
Do-do-do. Hit it. Oh, here, let me get it.
Oh my gosh.
Bam, bam.
It was delayed.
Come
on, Cara, you're back. You're welcome
Cara, get back in here.